In an age of reboots, reimaginings, and anything with even a fraction of name recognition never going away ever, a new IP is a breath of fresh air. But just like always, new IPs have the life expectancy of Imperial Stormtroopers.
They're called Tempestus Scions now.
Mysticons is one such IP, and no doubt its dark corporate overlords wanted it to become the next Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Too bad it ended up as another Inhumanoids. But why is that? On the surface, it looks like Mysticons was making all the right moves. TV show, toy tie-in,
merchandising,
and all backed up with social media advertising. But that's only the surface. If you look deeper, well, let's just say mistakes were made. The logical place to start is with the show itself. At any given moment, Mysticons makes me want to laugh, cry, or scream. That's because it has almost everything I like in it. Mahou shoujo anime, Dungeons & Dragons, urban fantasy, armies of skeletons, dragons, elves, try-hard edgelords. They name-check Big Tentacle Daddy Cthulhu. And there's even an in-universe My Little Pony.
So, what's the problem?
It's bad. Not a spectacular bad, just a dull, kind of boring bad. Which is a real shame because I want to like this thing. Let's look at the main cast. The leader of the bunch is Princess Arcana Goodfey, who's hard to describe because she's bland and poorly characterized. She's responsible, till she's not. She's motivated to save her parents from petrification, but she almost never talks about it. And she's nice until she goes all mean girl on ya. Next up is Zarya. No, not that one. This is Zarya Moonwolf.
Isn't that the name of your night elf hunter?
No, that's Zira Shadowmoon. Anyway, not the point. Zarya is the most popular character, which is understandable. She looks cool and has a radical attitude.
Wiggity, wiggity, word up. Rock on, party.
The token dwarf is Emerald Goldenbeard. Sorry, Goldenbraid. She might be the best character, as she's consistently characterized and has both recognizable strengths, weaknesses, and a skill set. Finally, there's Piper, who's the high-energy wacky girl, and might just make you want to put your fist through your TV. The heroes of the story aren't exactly scintillating, but they get the job done. Where they really drop the ball is with the villains.
That's a common problem.
The best I can say is that they try to have a rotating cast of baddies, and occasionally the Mysticons will fight some new monsters and villains. But they mainly fight Skeletor's niece Necrofa and her bonehead boyfriend Dreadbane. I don't really expect a genuine menace from kid show villains, but the Mysticons Rogues Gallery is lacking even basic creativity and personality. Now onto the art design. Conceptually, the Mysticon stomping grounds, Drake City, is an interesting place, and they show us a number of locales in this Ravnica-esque, sprawling metropolis, like the Royal Palace, dingy Undercity, and mandatory weird symboled-covered wizard conference room. But the individual character designs just aren't that good. The most severe misstep art-wise comes when they try to blend 2D and 3D art. This happens a lot when the girls are traveling the city or riding on fast-moving vehicles. Big picture-wise, worse than any element or lack of quality in character, story, or art is the fact that Mysticons just isn't special in any way. Why watch Mysticons over other shows out there? Avatar: The Last Airbender has amazing action sequences and humanistic storytelling. Gravity Falls has an ongoing mystery and a huge cast of quirky characters. RWBY has great fight choreography and music. And Steven Universe is Tumblr incarnate. What does Mysticons have? A bunch of D&D references and a combination high fantasy, urban fantasy setting. That's nice, but not enough. I also think that Mysticons' problems extend beyond the show itself. It's no secret that shows like Mysticons exist for Tell 'em Yogurt.
We put the picture's name on everything. Merchandising, merchandising.
So co-creator Playmates Toys made a bunch of toy weapons and action figures.
If they wanted to do that, why didn't they simply leave it as a boy-centered brand?
Oh yeah, Mysticons was originally about 4 kids in the suburbs having magical adventures and learning about life and stuff. Anyway, back to the toys. Mysticons is targeted at girls 6 and up. I'm not a toy expert or anything, but the list of successful action figures based on female characters is not long. Rey is the canonical example, and maybe the toys from Miraculous Ladybug and DCSG also do okay. Finally, there's the marketing. I assume Nick used at least some time during their endless SpongeBob marathons to advertise Mysticons. And they worked with a bunch of YouTube toy channels to build up buzz. The mistake was the official Mysticons YouTube channel. They made one good move, putting the first episode up on YouTube for free, which is how I heard about the show. This is also their most successful video at over 300k views. They also made some episode promos and compilation videos, which is not bad content. But they made a bunch of completely irrelevant nonsense videos. And these get like no views.
And they probably didn't sell a single gram of cheap Chinese plastic.
For what they spent on this marketing, they could have had a handful of 2 to 5 minute webisodes that might actually have gotten new viewers to pick up the show. Also, there are some complete shovelware Mysticon games, and how could those have possibly been a good idea? In the end, it's a shame Mysticons wasn't more successful. It had the potential to be a cool series, but overall issues of quality and some strange decisions by management cut this particular magical adventure very short. Now, if you're interested in more reviews of anime, movies, TV shows, comic books, or video games, check out my channel right here on YouTube and find my Facebook and Deviantart pages for video updates and more. Thank you for watching.
Hey kids, today's show is brought to you by the letter 4 and the number potato! I'm a stupid private.